Hello, and welcome to my YouTube channel. In one of my recent classes, I noticed some of my students playing chess when they should have been working. I'm very disappointed, as instead of playing chess, they could have been making their own chessboard. I've designed my own chessboard in the past, but I decided to go back and try it again, this time using Tinkercad's code blocks. This design is very simple, very straightforward, and should be able to be completed in a couple minutes. I'm going to not talk that much during this video. I'm just going to go in, do the code, maybe make a few comments about it, but in the end, it's up to you to follow along on your own. Let's go ahead and get started. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go in and we're going to create a new code blocks design. This design will need 4 shapes. The first one we'll drag in is a cube. We're going to change the color of the cube to black. We're going to set the width to be 18, the length to be 18, and the height to 2. Then we'll go ahead and drag in a ring. We'll change its color to white. And we're going to set the radius of this ring to be 13. We're also going to change the wall thickness to be 1, the height to 6, and the sides to 4. We'll then need to go and drag in a rotate command. And we're going to rotate around the z-axis by 45 degrees. Then we'll group these pieces together, and we can see what we've made. Next, we'll need another box like this one. This one, however, we're going to set to white, and we're going to change the sizes to be the same as the ones before. So 18, 18, and 2. We'll then drag in a move command. I'm going to move to an x of 17.75 and a z of 1. Then we'll drag in another tube. We're going to set the radius to 13. The wall thickness is going to be 1. The height is going to be 6. And the sides are going to be 4. We'll drag in another move command. And again, we'll move to a y of 17.75 and a z of 1. We will then need a rotate command, and we're going to rotate around the z-axis by 45 degrees. If we press play, we can see that we've made part of our chessboard. We've made the black tiles as well as the white tiles. Now all we need to do is copy these and move them into the appropriate places to make the rest of the chessboard. To do that, we'll first drag in a repeat command. We're going to set this repeat command to complete 3 times. Oh, but before we do that, we need to add a group selection after our rotate command. Now we're going to copy that group selection of pieces, what we have right here. And then after we copy, it's going to move 35.5 on the y-axis. Pressing play. And we can count 8 pieces long. So now we'll just group these pieces together so we've got our first line. To make the rest of the chessboard, we'll drag in a repeat command. It's going to repeat 7 times. And inside of this repeat command, we'll place a copy, a rotate on the z-axis by 180 degrees, and then a move command moving 17.5 on the x. And there we have it. You can see that when these commands continue to repeat and go through, it'll create our final version of the chessboard. The last thing we need to do is make sure that everything is flat, so we're just going to chop off a little bit off the bottom and a little bit off of the top. We'll group everything together, and then we're going to move it to an x-axis center to 0, as well as a move to the y-axis center of 0. All that's going to do is take our piece and move it back to the center of our build plane. To remove the top and bottom of our chessboard, we'll drag in a box. We'll turn it into a hole, and we're going to set the width to be 200, the length to be 200, and the height to be 1. Don't mind the visual errors happening on my screen. That's just because I've got multiple instances of Tinkercad open at the same time. We'll then drag in a move command, and we're going to move this box up 3.5 on the z-axis. We'll then group our selection, and then we can go ahead and duplicate this code, add another box, and this one instead we're going to move it to a -2 on the z. If we press play now, we can see we are out of box. We remove the top a little bit. But this one has to be a little bit taller, so I'll change it from 1 to 4 on the height. And now if we press play, and there is our chessboard, ready to be printed so that you can use it to play chess in class when you should be working. Hope you found this video useful, and I hope you're able to make your own chessboard. Have a good one.